You have proven yourself worthy, child, and this gate shall be forever open to you. Seek now the other worlds I have given you, that you may attain even greater mastery and bring glory to your kind. But remember, you must not ascend the great tower, for it shall bring death and the end of your generations.
Yeah. Oh, I hear beeping. I hear beeping in front of the door, but I'll have to check. This is just industrial stuff. There's no industrial stuff, so no more Greek ancient times. Let me look out. I want to look out. That's the tower. Wow. That's the tower I'll have to climb. I'm sorry, I won't climb the tower. That's not what I meant. Part 2 of the certification program has now been generated. Part 2 has been designed to test the consistency of some of your outlier responses in the previous round. You will be presented with a series of statements. Please indicate your agreement where appropriate. Begin. 3, 2, 1. Since a person is merely a problem-solving system, we could in principle build a person out of bits of string and tin cans. Out of string and tin cans? Bah. Those questions. The problem is, I think we can build a computer system that we could call a person. And what else is it than that? We would have to make like these old calculators that you had, where you put marbles around, something like that. To build just a normal calculus computer, or a little calculator you have for school or something like that, to build that out of that technology, you would have to have a huge facility just for that, and even bigger it would be for the computer, but that doesn't make it impossible. It's just improbable. So I would agree. A person is under no authority other than that to which they consent. What? We are only under authority if we consent to it. Yes? I think yes. Because if we don't consent to it, and don't consent to our normal society's laws, yeah, we get put away in prison, but that doesn't mean that. And in the United States, you will get killed for doing murder. In some states, not all of them. So, but we are not under, as a person, we are not under the authority of others. Our feeble body can be exterminated for what our personality does, but I would agree. I should not talk too much about that. The quality of life of persons ought be maximized. Quality of life of persons ought be maximized, not to all costs. Value is discovered. The other way would be value is inherent to things. Do things have inherent value? No. So value is discovered, yeah. Persons deserve the talents they were born into. Yes and no? Oh, that's a stupid one. Do we deserve our powers? They deserve it by what? I said that value is discovered and there's no inherent value, so a person would have no inherent value, so they can't deserve the talents because they are not valuable just by being. They're just valuable by proving that they're valuable. And they're just deserving their talents by proving they deserve them. So they don't deserve their talents. The liberty of persons ought to be maximized. Not at all costs. Value is created. Is it this discovery versus creation now? No, I don't think so. I think we give stuff that is already there and has not been created. We give that a value by discovering that we want it to be valuable. So value is not always created. The certification progress is now complete. You will receive a notification when your user profile has been generated. Athena 12. 12. The Council of Zeus. Hex code. The great bronze bulls pulled the carriage forward, mighty bursts of steam issuing from their nostrils. Finally, they came to the gate at the top of whatever. User set hex code. Here assembled were all the many generations of the gods and demigods and souls of mortals, steel and bronze and iron, and memory of flesh. The clouds parted far beneath, revealing the beautiful plains of Macedon, where great gleaming cities had once been. Close. UAHIS-1A. Professor Dr. Armen Pulok, The Fall of the Roman Empire, a Dialectical Approach. Caption: Homo sum humani nihil a me alienum puto. Ich bin Mensch. I'm a human. Sorry. My translation brain kicked in and I translated it to German instead of English. I'm sorry. I'm a human. I don't know. Latin is so long ago. But interesting as such perspectives of the decline and ultimate dissolution of the Roman Empire may be, they ultimately put too much emphasis on individual catastrophic events. The real question that must be asked is why the Roman Empire, which had dealt with so many threats and catastrophes over the years, was so incapable of responding to these later problems. We must investigate the division of wealth, the structure of government, the location of power in Roman society. Had the Republic survived or been restored, would Rome still have fallen? What was the role of debt and slavery in creating the conditions for what we now call the Dark Ages? What the French call the Dark Ages, French description of the medieval ages. It's not broadly accepted in the world to call everything in that time the Dark Ages. Rome, the saying goes, was not built in a day. It didn't fall in a day either. That's right. To register for my class, please email and. That's a strange email address. Could try it out, but I don't think I'll waste my time on that. I'm a human. Nihil is nothing. A me alienum puto. nothing for me. Alienum is like alien, so not the aliens that come to Earth, but alienum like it's like other stuff, like American might call a British man alien without him being from another planet. So that kind of alien is alienum. And puto, that's a verb. I don't know what it means. Yeah. Okay. That was interesting. We got to read something. Okay. We're here at the tower. And that is our building. And it has the Greek statues in front. Building C has like angel statues in front. And the portcullis. That's a Greek or Roman. That's Roman. This is medieval ages. Just go inside it. Why not? There's a computer here. Oh. Ah, and so we know what we need for building C. Let's look into the computer. Heaven and hell. Heaven. The mind is its own place and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. What matter where, if I be still the same, and what I should be, all but less than he. Whom thunder hath made greater, here at least we shall be free. The Almighty hath not built here for his envy, will not drive us hence. Here we may reign secure, and, in my choice, to reign is worth ambition, though in hell, better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. That is very old English that is being used there, and I have no idea where this piece of poetry comes from. Okay, what does this fellow say about hell? Maybe about the hell. William Blake, that's an American or British, I don't know, but he is a philosopher, I think. The ancient tradition that the world will be consumed in fire at the end of 6,000 years is true, as I have heard from hell. Oh, he is a not counter-revolution, what's the other one? Counter-reformation, he is a counter-reformator. Yeah. The ancient tradition, for the cherub with his flaming sword is hereby commanded to leave his guard at tree of life, and when he does, the whole creation will be consumed, and appear infinite and holy, whereas now it appears fine and corrupt. Finite and corrupt, yeah. Infinite wouldn't work with fine, so finite is the better word to say here. This will come to pass by an improvement of sensual enjoyment. But first, the notion that man has a body distinct from his soul is to be expunged. This I shall do by printing in the infernal method, by corrosives, which in hell are salutary and medicinal, melting apparent surfaces away and displaying the infinite which was hid. William Blake, Collection, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell, some document with hex code. Not everything of which I say that it is hex code is indeed hex code, so I know that. I just want to say that you could know that too. This must be the tower we were warned about. Seems the upper levels are locked tight. Elohim is taking no chances that we stray from his path. Sheep. So I can go in. If it isn't locked, I can go in. Let's go in. No here, no there. Okay. The voice keeps speaking to me, I can't get it out of my head, it's wrong, it's all wrong. Corrupted data. Listen to me very carefully. I have climbed this tower and no good has come of it. This word is the only word, Elohim's will continues eternal and paradise is banishing all of this from your mind. Samsara. All who say they made it to the top are blatantly lying, or they would say what was there. Yeah, we have a skepticist. What was his name? Doc or Duck? Doc. Yes, guessing myself whether there was the name Duck with O and U or the animal duck. Okay, we have to crush this somehow. But what's that? There's a second station here. Oh no, I'm spoiling you. That's the kind of receptacle where the connector comes in. So, there comes the... And... that was... So... Here is the receptacle for the connector thing. There was the source for the connector thing. Somewhere over here. And we would have to use 2 connectors. So there must be 2 connectors somewhere. So let's look at bidding B and have this mega reading be done. Sadly not once and for all. We'll have to do more reading. Oxyrhynchus. The great irony of the Oxyrhynchus papyri is that such a vital source of information about the ancient world exists only because of a garbage dump. While the library of Alexandria burned at the hands of fanatics and conquerors, depriving us of unimaginable insights into history, philosophy and art, the papers carelessly thrown away by the citizens of Oxyrhynchus survived to the modern day. And although it is true that a great deal of what we know today is because of the conscious efforts of individual or organizations such as the spectacular translation and preservation work done during the Islamic Golden Age, so much more is simply the result of coincidence and luck. We have lost texts that the ancients considered to be absolutely essential, while utterly trivial, even plagiarized work has survived unharmed. Hex code. So if we want our descendants to remember more than glittering emo vampires and auto-tuned pop stars, we have to invest in make sure that something survives of our civilization. Because if someone looks at our stuff and all that they see is a video of someone screaming at a camera while playing a shooter game, it doesn't leave a good impression on the ones living after us, after our society has failed, if that ever happens. The Book of Osiris. The Book of the Scribe of Osiris, sometimes also referred to as the Book of the Journey to Aru, is an ancient Egyptian text discovered in the excavation of Oxyrhynchus. It has caused a certain degree of controversy among Egyptologists, as some argue that it is a classical funerary text such as the Book of Coming Forth by Day, while others believe it to be a poetic work not intended to be understood literally. The book tells the story of a dying man who asks a scribe about the afterlife. The scribe, a servant of Osiris, describes how the man's ka, his life force, will become separated from his ba, his personality, and how we will have to reunite the two and become an arc, living intellect. passing a series of trials in the Divert, which is the Egyptian name for the underworld, in order to reach the paradise of Aru. Unlike similar texts, the Book of the Scribe of Osiris focuses less on giving advice or. A recent study, Carnahan Hessen, suggests the text may have been intended as philosophical commentary on the world of the living through the allegory of the Divert. It remains unclear whether this was the intent of the original pre-Alexandrian author or a result of the later translation into Greek. The earlier manuscript, which is considered to be more authentic, is too fragmentary to provide answers, though perhaps further excavation may yield more interesting stuff. That's interesting. That's very interesting. But it doesn't say much, this text, about how it works. But maybe we'll learn more about the Egyptians. So, let's look up the tower. You all want it. I'm afraid of that tower. There's something terrible inside it. Never think about it. Don't even look at it. Just focus on doing the work. See ya. We can't go to level 2, so we have to go to level 1.
Cannot detect location of primary subject. Query. Query. Query.
That was interesting. Oh.
Is there anything that we associate more closely with intelligence than curiosity? Every intelligent species on Earth is attracted by the unknown. Our mythologies are full of riddles and mysteries and divine knowledge. Even the word apocalypse means revelation. It seems like our ancestors always imagined that even at the very end, we would solve one last mystery.
The view from the top must be incredible. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and an enormous energy. What I now know disturbs me, but I hope that by living with this knowledge, I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow, the shepherd. Oh, we have sheep and shepherd. That's great. Okay.
Where have you been, child?
Here.
Remember, the great tower is not for you. Do not give up the hope of eternal life for the hollow promises of curiosity.
Okay. I won't. I'm going down. I don't like the column on top of the screen where it's like the stuff and then B and then 1 and then C. It doesn't look great. We should auto-sort that. Okay, we have been to World 2. And we'll go to World 3. Now I have time to record that.